freaking landscapers. Y'all are here on the wrong day. Wait, what is today? Yeah, wait, no, they're here on the right day. I'm filming on a different day. What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome to The Nerdy Narrative, a channel I created to have a place to come and talk about all of the things that I read. We have reached the end of yet another week, so that means it's time for my weekly reading wrap-up where I talk about all of the things that I've read, what I'm still working on, and what I plan to get into next. Before I get into that, I want to give a huge shout out to my newest top tier patron, Littlefoot Reader, who happens to also be a booktuber. So be sure and check the description box down below for a link to Littlefoot Reader's channel so you can check out their videos. I also have yet another exciting announcement. I have finally created a website, thenerdynarrative.com. Well, I call it a website. It's really more of a blog where I'm going to start posting all of my reviews, upcoming events, things that Chris and I do around Orlando. So many people visit here. So many of you out there that watch the channel will private message me and ask for places to stay, places to eat off property from the different theme parks. So I decided I'm just going to start blogging about it, put it on the website. Maybe I can even make a little change from some businesses that might be interested in having their information featured on the blog. The primary purpose of the website is simple. I wanted somewhere I could put all of my written reviews that belongs to me. I know it's not likely, but tomorrow, what if Amazon and Goodreads blew up and decided they were done and they were just going to take down all of their websites? All of that work is gone. So I'll be migrating all of my reviews over to the website slowly but surely. Updates for as far as the channel. If you missed it on Monday, my review for Christopher Ruocchio's Empire of Silence went up. Spoiler alert, it is a gush video. On Wednesday, my June TBR went up. I will be participating in the Shelf Space Magical Creatures Summer Readathon. If you're interested in joining, I will have the Discord linked in the description box down below so you can join us for that. My TBR video will have the bingo card as well as the prompts if you want to check those out. It's still early in the month. Jump in and have a great time with us. Videos going up next week. On Monday, it will be the mid-year book freakout tag, which is a bit of a recap for the first half of the year reading, and then Wednesday will be the May monthly wrap-up, which is just a recap of all of the things that I read in the month of May. I hope those sound interesting to you. If you're not already subscribe to the channel, go down to the description box and hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss out. Now, let's talk about what I read. You probably saw this coming in last week's video. I did end up making the decision to DNF Black Veil by Christian Britain. This is book 4 in the Green Rider series, but when I got sick and I couldn't concentrate on reading physically, I did get the audiobook from my library. I attempted to continue with that. I retained nothing. So I ultimately made the decision to soft DNF this one. I need to start over from the beginning. There was no way I was going to have time for the month of May. My June, July, and August are packed slam full because of something that I hope will be announced very, very soon so I can share. I just don't want to steal anybody's thunder. So I just don't know when I will be able to fit this one in to restart it, but that is my plan as of now. Oh, I guess I can take my bookmark out, which this bookmark is so awesome. This is my Candyman bookmark that I got off of TRUBORNDESIGN's Etsy shop, which I'll have that link down in the description below. This is amazing. I love Candyman. I love this movie, and so that is one of my new favorite bookmarks that I picked up. Not only do they make amazing bookmarks, they also do awesome stickers. Like, I just cannot get over these. Look. That's just some of them. I'll post a picture of my TBR cart once I get those on. Alright, what is next that I read? I did finish Mark Allen Gunnell's When It Rains. Absolutely love it. I have got to sit down and get this review written today. It was unique. It was original. It gave me the same type of feeling of Stephen King's novella, The Mist. The character work was done so well. I was either really interested in them, I became interested in like their personal lives, even though they're in the midst of something really crazy going on, or I didn't like them for different reasons. The atmosphere was just superb. I love when I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out alongside the characters. But all I do know is I'm very concerned. The fear, the suspense, the dread, I just, you know, it's one of those where you want to know what's happening, but then you're scared to know what's happening. So I love the atmosphere. I love the plot. I love the ending that I never saw coming from a mile away. It was just fan-freaking-tastic, and I will be reading more from Mark Allen Gunnels very, very soon. The only other thing that I finished this week is Stephen King's Uncle Otto's Truck from his Skeleton Crew short story collection. I loved it. There's not a whole lot of action, and even for a short story, it had a slow build, but it was very interesting. You knew it was going somewhere supernatural, or at least if you're like me, you've already read one short story collection, you read a few of his novels, you're already through most of this one, you start to develop a feel for what type of story King is going to write from how he starts it off. He has similar stories, but there was a different type of premise to it that just made it a delight. It's definitely one of my top favorites in Skeleton Crew. Now, what am I still currently working on? For short stories, I am working my way through Richard Thomas's Tribulations collection. It's a really great mix of dark speculative fiction, horror, just I love Richard Thomas's writing. Absolutely love it. I do, at this point, I'm not quite halfway through. I'm still thinking Spontaneous Human Combustion is my favorite of his, but it could also be because that was my introduction to Richard Thomas. We'll never know. It could have been this one if I had started here first. But I'm absolutely enjoying these so far. There's even some illustrations included that just really enhance the experience for me. And then on my trusty Kindle, I'm working on the arc for The Rebel. This is the second book in J.R. Trass's The Elfraver trilogy. I have got to own this book. It came out June 1st, so I have to get a physical copy to go on my shelf because this cover is absolutely gorgeous, just like book 1 is, and I have to have it. A cover like that belongs on any self-respecting book collector shelf, and so I have to have it. Not to mention that I'm thoroughly enjoying the story. My experience reading this one so far, the first 20 to 25%, if this were a movie, I would call it a training montage. And I thought, you know what, this is going on a little too long. I was kind of getting lost. As I got deeper in, when things started happening, I appreciated that pacing and the information that I learned alongside the characters doing the training, because now it makes sense. It ties in. It's worth the time commitment. And now everything is happening and I am just absolutely enraptured. The characters I fell in love with in book 1, I am even more in love with in book 2. There is one I haven't seen enough of yet. I mean, he's there, but I really want more from him. And if you've read book 1, you probably know which little critter I am talking about. So more on that one. I hope to finish it in the next couple of days. What do I plan to read next? I need to do some housekeeping. I had Gwendy's Final Task on my TBR for May. I've been reading this series with some friends on Baron's Discord, Your Brain on Books, and I didn't realize that the paperback didn't come out until May 31st, and I just had to have this cover, so I waited until I could get my little hands on it. So I'm going to get this one read first and foremost so I can go back and see what everybody said about this one in the Discord and then give my thoughts. And then for short stories, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish Tribulations next week. I do think I'm going to double dip and read a couple of short stories a day to work on Zora Neale Hurston's The Complete Stories. This is part of an unofficial read-along that Evie from the channel She Was Only Evie and I have been doing over the last several months. We are huge fans of Zora Neale Hurston. We're also working on her nonfiction essays from the collection You Don't Know Us Negroes. I'm a little sad because we're almost done. We've almost read everything Zora has ever written, and then it'll be time for rereads. And that will do it. that is everything I read, what I'm still reading, what I plan to read next. What about you guys? June is here, and that means a fresh TBR. I hope you all picked a really banging book for your first pick of the month to start off June. Are you participating in the Shelf Space Magical Creatures Readathon? If you are, let me know in the comments down below what prompt you started with. Guys, thank you so much for being here today and listening to me chat about my books that I've been working on. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Friday, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday.